Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway. We are here at the world's fastest half mile. I got 125 laps here around this concrete short track, high banks, um, the last great Coliseum. This should be a good one here. These drivers are fast. The temperatures are a little cooler today. We had two other races here. We'll go over that a little bit later. But yeah, you see Jeff Gordon there on pole. Casey Atwood starting to his outside. Um, there was a few people that got caught cheating. There was a big wreck in practice we'll have to talk about as well. Um, but yeah, well, let's get into their weekend recap and we'll get this weekend started. Alrighty, we got some screenshots here. The top left was the late model race in Myrtle Beach, won by Sean Thompson in the 24. The top right, again, John Wood cannot be denied victory lane here in 2005. He has won the last five truck races, if you can believe it. He won the season finale in 2004 in Rockingham, won Daytona, won Rockingham, won Vegas, and now he has won Bristol. He just will not be denied. And he really didn't even dominate this race, anyways. I mean, it was Stephen Rhodes in the 16 led most of the race. Uh, Chase Montgomery, Brad Keselowski, they were up there. But John Wood was able to get around, and he pulled to about a 2.5 second lead. There was a wreck with three to go. Race finished under caution. And speaking of wreck, in the bottom left, you see just the absolute blender of race cars. There was about 25 cars, couple cars that are getting flipped on the side. Paul Menard ended up beating his teammate Martin Truex Jr., held on to that win. But every driver was checked and released from the infield care center. Everybody is okay after that huge crash. But speaking of crash here, we will go over the 44, the 4, the 32, the 20. They all got caught up in crashes during practice. I believe it was the 5, the 48, the 16 were caught for cheating. The 16 is going to have to do a pass through. They were all chassis infractions. But there was a pretty big wreck. A couple cars got spun around. They had to go to backup cars, but this is an abbreviated starting lineup. See where your favorite driver may start today. That won't be confusing at all. A couple FedEx cars start next to each other. But yeah, well, let's get the starting lineup, and then we'll get the command to fire engines. We're gonna do the startup lineup first, so that way, because we only get one pace lap here, so it's gonna happen quick. But let's get that started and get rolling for you guys here. Really quick though, before we get to the starting lineup, I want to talk about this screenshot here. This was the qualifier. The bottom three failed to qualify. Buckshot Jones in the 92, Ted Musgrave in the 39, the 43, Kyle Petty, Jerry Nadeau, and Dave Blaney were able to qualify in. Yeah, three cars within 1/1000th of a second of each other. That was pretty exciting on Friday. But yeah, so let's get into your starting lineup. Row one inside, we got Jeff Gordon starting on pole today. Looks like that 24 is pretty quick when he doesn't get caught cheating to his outside. We got Casey Atwood. Row two, couple Roush cars. We got Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch. Row three, James McMurray, Carl Edwards. Row four, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And to his outside, last year's champion, Brian Vickers. And we got Mark Martin starting 10th, and starting ninth will be Ryan Newman.
Drivers, to your cars.
There's the call to the drivers are being called to their cars. Media members will be cleared from the grid. Let's go ahead and continue this starting lineup. We got Casey Mears Jeff Green, that zero car. It's looking pretty sporty this weekend. They've been improving quite a bit. And we got Mike Skinner there. Dave Blaney had a great qualifying run. Then we got Bobby Labonte, Coy Gibbs. And we got Jeff Burton to his outside, Ward Burton. And we got Travis Quapple, Bill Elliott, Elliott Sadler to his inside, Ricky Craven in the 07, Sterling Marlin, Paul Menard, Robbie Gordon, Michael Waltrip. There's Jeremy Mayfield, John Andretti, Ricky Rudd, Ken Schrader. See where everybody else is starting. Kevin Harvick, Dale Jarrett, all these guys back here. They're going to be starting deep. They're going to be have to come from behind. A couple guys I want to talk about real quick. Did I pass him already? No, he's up here. Sterling Marlin has had a really tough start to this season. He actually was on the list for drivers who had to qualify in. He is currently sitting outside the top 35 in owners points. But they've had speed. They have had speed in their race cars, and they've just been unable to capitalize and finish where they need to finish. Speaking of having fast race cars and being not executing well, not finishing where you may belong, Ricky Craven in the Busch Series lost his ride, 32 car. Kenny Wallace hopped in that car. Ricky Craven got an opportunity to race at RCR in the 55 car. Um, RCR is on it right now in the Busch Series, and they are flying. But Ricky Craven has been caught in accidents and had engine issues. Just a really tough season. He's also like I believe like outside the top 20 in points. Pretty remarkable. But Paul Menard, I believe, since third in the Busch Series championship. Martin Truex Jr. currently leads. But that's the Busch Series. That's the Busch Series. This is the Cup Series, and we are ready here to race at Bristol.
Drivers, start your engines!
There is the command to fire engines. Jeff Gordon, Casey Atwood will lead us out here. Cars are rolling. Everything looks good so far. No! Regan Smith is not going. That's going to stack up Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Jerry Nadeau. They're able to push that car back to the pits. He's going to be back here on the backstretch. These guys are going to have some catching up to do. But this pace car is going to be all ready. Getting ready to release these guys. Everybody rolls onto the high banks here at Bristol. You're going to see that pace car in the right-hand part of your screen. It's on pit road. Here comes the field. The flagman's there. And we are green, rolling from Bristol. Oh, we got a crash already. Harvick. These guys are coming off turn 2. Jeff Gordon will lead lap 1. I'm not sure what happened there. But there is a lot of grip in this racetrack. These guys are going to be ripping the bottom. The bottom is where you're going to want to be. I forgot to give Greg Biffle his punishment for cheating. He will have to do a pass-through as we are under caution already, I believe. Harvick, Michael Waltrip and Harvick still banging doors. Ooh, look out. Jeff Gordon's trying to catch the pace car. Bobby Labonte got damage. So much is happening here. So this has been going on for a while. There's Mike Skinner. Bobby Labonte, bump, 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 runs him over. Now he's trying to go to the middle. And Jeff Green there. Boom. Oh, that was a hard shot. Bobby Labonte, Dave Blaney talked about him having a good start. Kind of chalked everybody up here. But, yeah, that's going to happen a lot. These cars are going to be flying around here. The apron, or not the apron, but I mean, there is some grip around the apron. But there's going to be a lot of speed around that inside line. That is where you're going to want to be, but that's going to help out the 84 car. Oh boy, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to digest here. But we will see you when we go back green here. Alrighty, so I think we're calling back down now. We'll be restarting and coming to lap 8. Pace car lights are off. We got Jeff Gordon leading Matt Kenseth, McMurray Jr., Ryan Newman, you'll be your top 5. Regan Smith got the wave around. Greg Biffle has yet to get his black flag, but pace car is on pit road. Actually, we'll see, because I did call it, but then yellow came out. But anyways, we are back green, and we're rolling from Bristol. As there goes Biffle, looks like he will serve his black flag this time by. This is the world's fastest conveyor belt. Give it a handful of laps, and these guys will be wrapping the bottom like no tomorrow. Like Bill Elliott getting the back end on Mike Skinner again. Mike Skinner is not making friends here today. There's Biffle serving his black flag. He's going to lose probably 2 laps, maybe 2.5 laps. Ooh, Jeff Gordon slipped up right there. That's going to give Matt Kenseth the inside. The inside is where you're going to want to be. The outside does not have a lot of grip. You can kind of defend, but it's going to wear out your tires. There's not a lot of grip. You can easily slip up and get into the wall. We saw that in the ARCA race and the truck race. Which, yeah, I guess I forgot to show you who won the ARC race. With our weekend recap, as Junior is wearing out the back bumper there of Jamie McMurray. And now Newman's all over the back end of Dale Jr. Ken Schrader did end up winning that race. Experience overcame in that one. Whoa! And yellow flag is out. These guys are going to have to check up hard. Kenseth and Jeff Gordon slamming on the brakes. Another tough one there for Michael Waltrip. Hopefully no one else gets caught up in something. Hopefully they can all get slowed down. Let's go see what happened. Alrighty, well last time it was Bobby Labonte. This time it's the other FedEx car and Coy Gibbs. Just kind of drove into his left rear. Got him loose. Oh my gosh, what a hit. Up into Sadler. Johnson T-Bone. Greg Biffle. Robbie Gord's missing a hood already. Dale Jarrett. Yeah, the old bump and run, but you gotta do it without wrecking yourself. This will be the rear end of Jack Sprague. Hang on. And this is what happens when you have to slam on the brakes. Stuff happens so fast here at Bristol. Casey Kane, David Rudiman, some of these guys, it'll be their first time here, but watch out again here. Because you're trying to slow down. Whoa, what's right here? Whoa, Casey Kane, pow. And John Andretti's just following Kane. And just, yeah, stuff happens quick here. But Matt Kenseth will be your new leader. And, yeah, we'll get back going green here as soon as we can. Alrighty, here we go. See the pace car there on the right-hand side of your screen. Matt Kenseth will be your leader. Coy Gibbs on the inside. Lap cars on the inside. Leaders on the outside. We are back green, rolling from Bristol. Kenseth is clear by a mile. Got a great jump. Jeff Gordon's there. Greg Biffle's trying to get around the wounded 11 car. All over the apron. Yellow flag is out immediately. And that will give Coy Gibbs the lap back that he needed. What happened here? Alright, this is on the restart. I'm starting to feel really bad for Mike Skinner. I mean, bump, bump, bump. Dale Jarrett, get out of the way. Ugh. Yeah, just on the restart, you see he's a little slower right there. And just gets absolutely just ran over. Boom. Alrighty, we are back from Bristol. Pace cars on pit road. This is kind of a quickie yellow. Some people were kind of caught off guard. But we are green. There's Bill Elliott in front of Jamie McMurray. These cars were unable to get lined up, and Mears gets turned in the back. Bobby Labonte, he was being really, really aggressive, but looked like they just kind of bounced off the wall. Kept going. They're three wide. Mark Martin gets turned by Quapple. Oh my goodness. Nadu's on the apron, nearly spun out. Regan Smith. It is physical out here in Bristol. I believe this is the fourth caution already. Let's go see if we can just dissect that whole restart. I mean, these guys are just being so aggressive. Bobby Labonte, multiple laps down, just ran Casey Mears over. And they kind of bounced off the wall. Ricky Rudd loose into this almost the side of Marlin. And then back here, Mark Martin just kind of misses the bottom, and Travis Quapple just does not get off of him. A little shorten up the back end of Mark Martin. Look out, Regan Smith. How did he end up down there? Like he ran over the wall and got ran over by Joe Nemechek. What a save. Man, and then also the 17 pitted that last restart. Now the 24 has pitted this time by. But, Yeah, well, this time by will be 100 laps to go. Not much racing down, but we'll see you when we go back green. Here we go. Jamie McMurray will be your new leader all the way down to Paul Menard. Remember, he won this race in the Busch Series. He'll be starting 5th there. We are back green from Bristol. Hopefully we can get a few laps under our belt. Ooh, the 32 is going to pull it down pretty immediately. I think he's coming to the pits. I know that 32's car's got tons of damage. Everybody looks clean and green so far. Billy Elliott's battling hard for that lucky dog spot. Ooh, Travis Quapple to the back end of Ricky Rudd. Good for now. Bobby Labonte now he's pulling into the pit. Greg Biffle's battling for one of his laps back. Junior's running second. He's not right there. Brian Biggers went from 3rd to 1st. He's got the lead now. Ryan Newman's going for 2nd. Bill Jr.'s caught back behind Jamie McMurray. Now does Quapple fill the gap there behind Junior? Or does Junior get down? Junior looks like he's going to be able to get down. And he's going to throw it up the inside of McMurray. Carl Edwards is all over the back end of Quapple. A couple of rookies here. It's always a good day when you can have a good day in Bristol as a rookie. Quapple's clear McMurray. Carl Edwards working on getting clear McMurray. Jeff Burton's trying to get to the inside of McMurray now. Can McMurray get down? I said McMurray a lot recently. Jeff Burton slipped up. Mayfield's trying to get under Burton. Unable to this time by. Burton's going to be laying the bumper to the 42. Little bump, bump, tap, tap to the back end of the 54. Now there is a lot of damaged cars out here. Billy Elliott's trying to stay in front of the 25. There's Greg Biffle. Biffle has now put himself one lap down. Look out! Sadler turns sideways in front of the field. Look out, everybody! Oh, hard hit for Mayfield. As I think he was checking up. There's a couple things to check in. We'll have to see what happened to Sadler. And Robbie Gordon is... Look out, Casey Atwood. These cars are pitting now. We gotta go. There's a lot to unpack here. Alrighty, so you're gonna see Casey Mears just kind of drive through Sadler. Maybe Sadler came down a little bit. Robbie Gordon, Jimmy Johnson right there. Johnson's had a pretty rough day. And then back here, Tony Stewart got to the inside of Mayfield. Mayfield checked up for the wreck. And I don't know if Tony Stewart wasn't checking up or wasn't, maybe he didn't quite know, didn't check up as quick as Mayfield. Ooh, that's a pretty rough hit. Hopefully there's not a lot of suspension damage to that 19 car. But we'll jump to live here. There's going to be a lot to unscramble and fiddle through. Anybody going to be grabbing the lead here? I'm not sure. Looks like Vickers will remain the leader. But we'll give wave rounds if necessary, and we will be going back green. We'll see you when we go back green. Alrighty, we are getting ready to go back green here. What a wacky, top 7. We got Elliott Sadler leading, David Rudeman second, Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, Ken Schrader is hitting 5th, Jerry Nadeau 6th, there's Mears, Vickers, Newman, Dale Jr. top 10. See where your favorite driver may have cycled out in all of this. Long line of cars on the outside, but Elliott Sadler is leading them. Ward Burton's on the inside, Sadler's on the loud pedal, and he's racing, but he looks kind of slow. He did stay out. Is this 31, 11, 18? They are all looking to get back on the lead lap. Kurt Busch throws it 3 wide for second, with Bill Elliott Rudeman 3 wide for the lead. Bill Elliott loose on the bottom. Kurt Busch will be your new leader. What a move! And now Robbie Gordon's trying to get to the inside, trying to get his lap back. Kurt Busch is trying to put Bobby Labonte back a lap down. And they are 3 wide back here. Jeff Gordon trying to get through the mix. Gordon into Sadler. Oh, look out. He is broadside on the field. Biffle, everyone's slamming the brakes, slide into the wreck. Caution is out yet again. Kenseth is turned around backwards. What happened to Matt Kenseth? Ooh, looks like got to the inside of Dale Jarrett, locked up the brakes. Same thing that happened down here in turn 1. With all these guys wrecking. Yeah, right there, the 44 and the 15 just locked up the brakes, spun that out right there. But yeah, I mean, you just see aggressive move after aggressive move after aggressive move. Someone's eventually going to get spun. And unfortunately, it was Sadler. And right there, Paul Menard just kind of slides in there. Biffle tried split the difference into the middle. Didn't exactly work. Oh boy. I don't even know what's going on. See Gordon there on pit road. 17 was turned sideways. I know Kurt Busch is the leader. That's about all I know. But we'll get this quickie yellow done, and we'll hopefully get some laps done. We go back green here. Alrighty, it has been a pretty disgusting race. There is a lot of cars, a lot of laps down. The 42, the 1, the 22, the 10, the 0, the 7 are all retired. And there's only, what is that, 13 cars on the lead lap. Kurt Busch gets a great jump. Hopefully we can just get some green flag laps in here. Maybe we'll get some strategies, some laps on the tires. But we're hoping for some green flag action as there's just Sterling Marlin, Tony Stewart, Michael Waltrip's now 3 wide. Yellow flag is already back out. Skinner's in the wall for like the 4th time today. Marlin makes contact. Nadeau there. Let's go see what happened to bring out this caution. Alright, so we got a camera down here, and I guess the yellow's already out, but watch this. Kevin Harvick gets tagged by the 12, the 8, up and over. You don't exactly see that every day. Ooh, Carl Edwards also just destroyed Junior. Kenny Wallace nearly took Junior out too. Yeah, it was Elliott Sadler, Casey Atwood, Greg Biffle there, Ward Burton, Kenseth, Mayfield. Just a lot of aggressive driving going on right now. So we'll go back to lap here. Kurt Busch did end up pitting, which will give the lead to David Rudiman. Wow. Alright, pace cars on pit road here. We got David Rudiman, Jeff Burton on your front row. And green flag is out. We are back underway. Ken Schrader's up to 2nd, if you can believe it. Bill Elliott's 3rd. Please, gentlemen, let's get some green flag laps in here. There goes Burton looking for his lap back. We know how important that inside line is. Honestly, at this point, it's just important not to tear up your race car. But, I mean, at this point, David Rudiman's leading, and that thing is destroyed. Ken Schrader, the ARCA race winner, is looking to the inside to lead laps in the Cup race. Bill Elliott gets a tap from Gordon. Yellow flag is out. Rudiman is going to be your leader. Sterling Marlin, that hood is crunched. 3 wide. Ooh, that's what happened there. Alright, well, there's more to the story. See, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards up ahead. Stewart gets in the back end of Edwards. Edwards nearly hits the inside wall, just narrowly misses it. The 4 and the 15 up into the fence. The 2 tries to avoid. And then down on the apron, him and Jarrett. Jarrett slams on the brakes to avoid it, and Robbie Gordon basically spins in front of Marlin. And we got pit stops on top of pit stops on top of pit stops. And Mike Skinner, there's no way Mike Skinner is going to be the leader after spinning out, wrecking like 4 times today. Alrighty, here we come off of turn 4. Pace cars on the apron. This will be the completion of 61 laps. If you can believe it, Mike Skinner will be the leader of this race. Green flag is back out. Come on, boys, please. Let's get some laps going here. Mike Skinner, Kurt Busch, they're 4 wide off the exit of the corner. That's the pace car. What are we doing? 3 wide. Carl Edwards, Jeff Burton, Mike Skinner gets through. They're wrecking big time. I think I saw like 4 Hendrick cars turned around, including Johnson. Gordon was back there as well, turned around sideways. I don't even know who the leader is. It might be Mike Skinner still. Alrighty, let's go unpack that one, shall we? Alrighty, so this is the restart. Somehow Dale Jarrett got DQ'd. I'm not sure, but Mike Skinner got a bump and a tap from Kurt Busch. And then Kurt Busch, Greg Biffle, 4 wide. Bump, bump, bump. And these guys are 3 wide back here. Casey Kane gets into the 84, into Johnson. Johnson gets spun around, the 19 to the inside wall. Meanwhile, back here, Mears, Gordon, and all these guys, they're getting wrecked. I mean, there was like 4 separate crashes off of 4. Michael Waltrip into Gordon, Sadler, Wallace into Mears. Wow. And then Jimmy Johnson here got bounced around like a ping pong ball. I mean, everybody is just running everybody over. This is really unfortunate. Just 3 wide, bump, bump, bump. Ken Schrader nearly got his whole right side taken off. Now, Brian Vickers will be your leader, and we'll see when we go back green here after this quick yellow. Alrighty, Bobby Labonte and Brian Vickers on the front row. Bill Elliott second, Ricky Craven third. Green flag is back out. Bobby Labonte's going to throw it up the inside. There's Regan Smith fighting for his lap back. They are in front for now. Couple Mountain Dew cars back side by side, and caution is out already. Ward Burton slow down there on the apron. Tony Stewart's turned around backwards. Mark Martin did not get a good jump. Coy Gibbs getting turned by Ward Burton. Burton turns his, I think these are cousins. Coy Gibbs up into Newman, hard hit. Tony Stewart got bounced around. Hit his teammate off of Carl Edwards. Ryan Newman. Oofta. Surely we're running out of cars here, of cars to wreck. That's likely day over for Tony Stewart. Looks like Mayfield might be getting the lucky dog here. But we will go green once we get back here. Alrighty, coming out of turn 4. Brian Vickers will be leading. Lap 73 complete, and we are back green from Bristol. Michael Waltrip all over the back end of Ricky Craven right there. Waltrip actually got into the fence. We've gone green 1 whole lap. Never mind Biffle to get turned around. Somebody else is backwards. Kurt Busch is spinning like a top. It's like Kurt Busch there tried to make a move to the inside of Casey Mears. Kind of came together, and him and Biffle got hit pretty hard. Mayfield, contact there with Kurt Busch. Unfortunately, though, you can't really not throw a caution. Alrighty, there goes Brian Vickers. He will be your leader once again. And we are green. I challenge you to find a clean car. I think Vickers might have the cleanest car here in Bristol. Travis Koppel looks pretty intact, maybe. I'll have to take a peek at that right side. Right side looks good. I know he's spun a couple cars out here today, though. Jimmy Johnson sitting top 20. It's hard to believe. Ricky Rudd. That car looks pretty clean. The right side looks a little dented. And they're 3 wide. Schrader, what a move to the inside. I believe that'll move him up to third, maybe second. Yellow flag is out again. NASCAR's gonna have a talking to with these Cub drivers. Casey Kane, Casey Mears, Coy Gibbs, boom. Alright, NASCAR says if they catch you overly aggressive driving, they will start black flagging drivers. Here we go, coming off of turn 4. Brian Vickers will continue to lead. Ken Schrader is sitting second. Bill Elliott, David Rudiman, Ricky Craven, your top 5. Green flag racing back out. Mark Martin looks pretty slow. Jeff Burton, look out. Ward Burton, 3 wide. Jeff Burton right there, maybe raising an eyebrow there from NASCAR. Coy Gibbs sideways to the inside of Jeff Gordon. This is okay, right? If you can race aggressive but clean, this is okay. But Brian Vickers is running away with it currently. These guys are dog fighting back here. Caution is back out. NASCAR is going to look at this wreck. Kenny Walsh to the inside of Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman maybe. They're going to look at this wreck and they're going to see how egregious this is, and they may hand out black flags. Surprise, surprise, Mike Skinner went around again off the front bumper of Casey Kane. Boom! Oh my gosh. That will be day ender right there for Robbie Gordon. Check it out from this angle. That was a hard hit. Mike Skinner, Robbie Gordon, boom! NASCAR said they could have handed out penalties for Casey Kane or for Mike Skinner, but they said that was a racing incident. No penalties this time. We are back green. Hopefully, with about 31 laps to go, we can run 31 laps to the finish. Hopefully. If we got the Burtons up the inside right here, Jeff and Ward. Bobby Labonte, Jeff Gordon kind of got into it. Gordon's going to be digging up the inside, trying to get around his teammate, Brian Vickers. Don't rule out Ken Schrader. He's still sitting third. I don't think that 49 car is exactly a Hendrick Motorsports car. I believe I saw cars turned around sideways in the background. I did. Yellow flag is back out. Oh, we got Mike Skinner around. Oh, Ricky Rudd. Stuff happens so fast here in Bristol. There's really no time to react for it. Oh boy, Mike Skinner. Is there any more body panels this kid can break? I know a lot of it's not his fault. 3 wide action here. Multiple crashes in 1 lap again. I mean, there is multiple things happening here. Jimmy Johnson got into Kenny Wallace. And then I think it was Michael Waltrip got into his own car? Did Michael Waltrip run over David Rudiman? Maybe. I think Michael Waltrip ran over David Rudiman. And then down in here... Ooh, that one might be on Greg Biffle there. Boom! Alrighty, we are going back green here. NASCAR did black flag the 15 and the 16 for rough driving, overly aggressive driving. Hopefully that'll send the message to the field to calm down and just finish these last 23 laps. As Jeff Gordon's missing his rear clip. Brian Vickers trying to get to the inside here. Maybe I thought a huge hit for the 9. I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh my gosh. As these guys are racing back to the green or the yellow flag here, most likely. Yes, caution lights are on. Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon at the line. Coy Gibbs is getting turned. As he is now around. Oh my gosh, hopefully Bill Elliott is okay. He's driving, seems to be okay. Alright, you know the drill. Let's go check out the replay. Alrighty, well you're going to go ahead and see Bill Elliott kind of slip up a little bit Ricky Craven's going to throw it up the inside into Kane. Pow! It looked way more aggressive on the other thing, on the other camera. But yeah, I think NASCAR is going to rule that as a Ricky Craven fault. Yikes. Yeah, Jeff Gordon will be your leader. We will see you when we go back green, hopefully, if this race ends. Alright, I missed the start, but we are going back green here. Jeff Gordon will be leading. Kurt Busch did get around Ken Schrader. As we are back under caution. I don't know if I'll be able to catch this wreck this time. Let's go see if I can catch it. Yeah, I did end up catching it. Ward Burton just kind of drove through. Oh, Mark Martin, what a tough hit. Ricky Craven got tagged as well. Jeff Gordon will be your leader. Alrighty, this will be the last double file restart, because within 10 laps to go, it'll go single file. So this will be a very important restart. Hopefully, we can go green to the end. I hope. Fingers crossed. Green flag, 11 laps to go. Can Jeff Gordon hold off his teammate? Can Kurt Busch get up in there and give Roush another win this season? Can Ken Schrader? Ken Schrader is having an amazing race. Casey Mears down there on the apron. They look more spread out than they have been. Jeff Gordon has absolutely driven away. Great restart. In case there is another yellow, Brian Vickers, importantly, got in front of the 32. Now Kurt Busch is going to be looking to the inside of the 32. He got into the back end of the 32. Don't wreck him, because if he does wreck him, that could be a black flag. Travis Quapple just turned. Ken Schrader. No, what a good day Schrader had going. Oh, no. And now Bobby Labonte just wrecked Jeff Burton under caution. Oh, boy. Alrighty, we will get a restart with 4 laps to go here. NASCAR has posted the 33 for reckless driving. The 31 got the lucky dog. But this field is pretty thinned out. I mean, there's only, gosh, I don't know, probably around 18, 17 drivers running. Only 12 in the lead lap. But pace cars on pit road. This will be 4 laps to go. If we get another caution, race will be over. Great jump for Vickers. He's going to look to the inside. How aggressive does he get? Kurt Busch is right there. We're going to have a 3-car duel. This time by will be 3 laps to go. How aggressive do these drivers get? Off a turn 4. 3 laps to go. Vickers, Gordon, Busch. Off of 2. 2.5 laps to go. Vickers is clear Gordon. Now Kurt Busch is about to clear Gordon. Not quite. Vickers is pulling away. He's loving this. Kurt Busch got tight, unable to hold it. Brian Vickers has the least amount of damage. This time by will be white flag. The white flag is out. Final lap. One more time around for Vickers. I don't believe a caution is out. This will be the race back to the line. I believe race is over. Except for Brian Vickers. He's going to come off of turn 4 and he's going to win the race at Spring Bristol. I'm not sure what happened to bring out the final yellow, but these guys back here, the yellow came out before they took the white flag. Biffle is going after somebody. Maybe just got loose on the apron. I don't know what's happening, but Brian Vickers will win again. Congratulations to Vickers and Hendrick, and congratulations to everybody else. I apologize. This race has been atrocious. Alright, one final time. Let's go see what happened to bring out that final yellow. Really quick, this was literally the moment of caution. And at the line, Kurt Busch did get Jeff Gordon, but at this point, caution is out. We got Bobby Labonte, Travis Quapple up into the corner, turns sideways. Well, it looks like Quapple was coming out of the pit. Bobby Labonte into Craven. Yeah, we're glad this one's over. Mike Skinner right there. Let's go check out these final results. Brian Vickers, your winner. Kurt Busch second. Gordon third. Bill Elliott, Ricky Craven top five. I mean, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, Jeff Burton, your championship contenders up front. Matt Kenseth, though, where did he finish? 34th. Yikes. He's going to want this race back. Travis Kvapil, Mike Skinner, these guys were weapons all race long. But they finished, top 15. But, yeah, we'll get the updated points. We'll be right back. This is, excuse me, this is the updated points after Bristol. Jeff Burton leads the way over Brian Vickers. Jimmy Johnson there third. Bobby Labonte's having a great season. Rookie Casey Kane's up there in fifth. Carl Edwards, the other rookie, in eighth. Dale Jarrett's having a good run. Bill Elliott had a great race. He moved up a couple spots. Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr. both losing 7 spots in the points. Mike Skinner moved up 12. That'll be very useful for that campaign. But yeah, still very early on in the season. There's a lot that can change, a lot that's going to change. But yeah, so there's a lot that's going to happen. There's a lot that has yet to unfold. But yeah, well, thank you guys for watching. I apologize for that horrendous race. Hopefully next week will be better. I'm not really sure where we're going next week. I guess it'll be a surprise for everybody. But yeah, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day.